Come on down. You're the next contestant on Price is Right Wrestling, and we've got no grand prizes for you for the first hour and 45 minutes of this show. Just a lot of pre-tapes, a lot of weird shit that doesn't really mean anything, a lot of matches that also don't mean anything, but if you get through all that schlock, you get Walter versus Roderick Strong. At least he was Walter, but now he's named Gunther. That's a stark contrast from what his previous name was. Oh boy, ha ha ha, I'm gonna make you hate everybody that you like, pal. It's such good shit. Ha ha ha! I'm John Redden with my review of WWE NXT 2.0. And it looks like the rumors of WWE applying for a trademark of Gunther Stark. And if you don't know that name, Google it. You may be very, very surprised to see that WWE really is fucking tone deaf as fucking hell. My God. Walter pretty much is done if they're actually going to stick with this. This is, even naming him Gunther, because the whole thing is going to be there. You don't need to rename him anything. He's Walter. He already had this name before he came to WWE. He's going to be able to have that name afterwards. It's fucking ridiculous. Why would you do this? Why? Especially for a show that really is desperately trying to get fans to tune in, not tune out. Probably not the best idea. Ha ha ha. But anyway, LA Knight arrives and he is here to take out Grayson Waller. So he's there. Let me talk to you. Yeah. But anyway, I like LA Knight. I just had to do that because he said yeah a whole lot. And then he decided to get some powder out and said, let me talk to you. Yeah. Sorry, I like LA Knight. But anyway, he wants to finish Grayson Waller off. Phrasing. And he goes over their interactions and how Grayson Waller thought that he was really cool, but he's here to beat him up. So he basically said numerous times, you couldn't get the job done. Goddamn, Jesus saves Christ. Beats Deborah again. Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the greatest of all time, and look up his whole domestic situation. Yeah. Anyway, this is about LA Knight and Grayson Waller. Grayson arrives. He has a restraining order. You have to stay 50 feet away from me at all times. They're already less than 50 feet away from each other. Grayson Waller is violating his own restraining order. Grayson Waller doesn't seem to understand how laws work. Not surprising if you read up on him, but he said, well, basically, I could rip this shit up, but how about I don't do that? You have a restraining order against me, but not against him. And Dexter Loomis's music hits. And then he crawls from under the ring because Dexter Loomis seemingly lives under there. He's been out for about a month because of an arm injury or hand injury or something. I don't entirely remember, but he's here, and LA Knight basically says, you can either rip up this restraining order and face me and get dropped on your head, or you can get choked out by Dexter Loomis. And he decides to face Dexter Loomis. Yeah. The match was fine. It was fine. I don't really care necessarily because Grayson Waller's really fucking boring. He's great in the ring, actually. He's very crisp in the ring. He can do some good stuff. Dexter Loomis has a very good style, but I don't care about Grayson Waller's character because his character basically is annoying douche nozzle that's in any Aussie horror movie, like in Great White. If you saw Great White or Blackwater Abyss or pretty much any Aussie horror movie, there's somebody like Grayson Waller in there. No offense to anybody from Australia that happens to be watching my channel. If you are, hi, thank you for coming from a land down under. Boy, that's just going to offend everybody. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, no matter where you are. But in all honesty, why am I supposed to care about this? Why? A lot of these matches just didn't mean anything. Some guy decides to suddenly attack him. I thought it was Veer for a second. I thought Veer was coming hard and fast to Raw. But no, instead of coming in Raw, he comes to NXT 2.0. Oh, wait, no. It's the other member of the former Indus Share, or whatever the hell the name of that team was. And he attacks. The referee somehow not seeing this, and Waller hits a, float over stunner. Whatever the hell that was. It's his insurance policy. Cool. What the fuck? Anyway, Walter, basically hates imps or hates Malcolm Bivens. It's hard to tell the difference. He pushes him up against the locker and Strong says, I want to face you tonight because I want to die. So anyway, Dusty Classic recaps and then the rundown. If Jacket Time wins this goddamn thing, I'm fucking done with the tag division. I like Kushida. I'm sure Jiro's a nice guy. Fucking hate the team. The Creed brothers came with arms wide open to have their sacrifice, and they decided that this is the end for Briggs and Jensen. If you think that I can't find a way to, forcibly insert a song reference into every review, you have not been paying attention at all. Dusty Classic quarterfinals. Legoland and MSK, by the way, do badly scripted shit before this backstage about who will win the Dusty Classic. Match is fine, and the Creed brothers won. Cool. So, Dante Chen has been injured. He was first Singapore superstar that came over, and he had a debut. I think he had like one other match, and then he got injured in training, has been out with a leg injury, and did this pre-tape. Apparently, his dad passed away a couple months ago. His dad was one of his biggest fans. He wants to make his country proud, his dad proud. Good pre-tape. Good stuff. I'm rooting for Dante Chen. I mean, I didn't really know what to think of him when they first showed him. I was like, well, this is kind of out of nowhere. Okay, good. Good pre-tape. And I feel very, very bad for him losing his dad. So, all right, I'm in. Let's see what this guy can do. Give it a few weeks. Give it a few months. Let's see what they do. But first, Imperium is preparing to implement the final phase of their plan to take over NXT 2.0. And oh boy, what a final phase it's going to end up being, considering they pretty much torched Walter here. I'm sorry, Gunther. Don't make me run. I'm full of chocolate. So anyway, Dante Chen took on Guru Raj. I don't know who the hell Guru Raj is. Nothing against him. Besides somebody telling me he was on 205 Live. Explains why I haven't heard of him, because I don't watch 205 Live. Well, I hope they can feature both of them a little bit later, because Chen is testing his knee and does a dive outside, and then Duke Hudson shows up, fists and tops two men at once. I love a guy that can do that. Moving on, I will be taking no further questions, by the way, about why I love that. And that's it. So, great pre-tape on Dante Chen, and they just totally torched it. And he's going to face Duke Hudson. Okay. Weird. Don't know why Dante couldn't have gotten the win, and they maybe got beat up, but whatever. By the way, stay out of my way is apparently Duke Hudson's new thing, new catchphrase. Joe Wayne Gacy is disappointed about not being in the Dusty Classic. Odyssey Jones has a knee injury. And man, he's going to be nursing that injury for a little bit longer. But man, Joe Wayne Gacy referring to unfortunate transgressions, easy for me to say, in Odyssey Jones's life. If you get it, you fucking get it. Odyssey Jones kind of exposing his whole damn ass there. Hopefully maybe he can learn to be a little bit more inclusive, if you know what I mean. So, Arlen Myers just stood around. Rex Steiner promo, he is ready to take on everyone at once. Elektra Lopez, my fucking goodness. She, barely gets a few words out before Escobar shows up. We're getting that as the next program. Tony D'Angelo has a funeral Pete Dunne. I didn't know that the Magnificent Seven in WCW decided to re-emerge in NXT 2.0. If you get that reference, my God, you are a wrestling fan like no other, except like me that watched WCW until the very end. And he was talking about how he's on to bigger and better things. I guess he's done with Pete. Yeah, okay, people are just shutting that shit off right now. He calls out Carmelo Hayes. And Hayes and Tricky Ticky Williams show up on the weird little stand thing, the giant podium. You like me, you really like me. I'm going to let you finish. Boy, that's a nice dated reference. Still not as dated as the jacket that he wore when he was trying to make a difference like Fatu. Now, I like Hayes. I'm not knocking him. At least he embraced that on Twitter. This wasn't good. And it's nothing against the guys. The guys can talk just fine, but here's Grimes, and he wants to go to the moon and win the North American Championship. So Hayes says, hey, why don't you guys face each other, and the winner maybe gets to face me. Okay, there's no GM. Everybody can just make their matches. They fired the GM, William Regal, so now who the fuck are they going to make the GM? Watch them make Bruce Pritchard the GM. They do that, they might as well just put it on the cock. So anyway, Tony D'Angelo, by the way, tried to hit Grimes, and then he got hit with a picture. It looks like Tony got framed. Oh, anyway. So Briggs and Jensen need to get back to work, back to business, back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Here's Casey and Caden wanting to take them out. Why is Rip Van Winkle laying up on... By the way, Wendy Chu, in case you're wondering. But she's always sleeping. Rip Van Winkle's up there on the lockers. How the fuck did she get there? Why did she get there? Why did she get there? Why was she there? Why is this character a thing? I hate the stuff with Orange Cassidy. I hate a lot of this comedy bullshit. And I hate this. I don't care how good of a wrestler they are. I don't care. I don't care. I'm done with this character. This character is already one of my least favorite things in wrestling. So let's move on. So, apologies, stupid allergies. Anyway, Valentina Feroz and Ulissa Leon. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. Oh, wait, they're destroying the jungle in Brazil with games. I don't even know what the song this reference is supposed to be. I'm butchering everything, so let's move away from the trees and talk about the fact that Dakota was just talking to herself and prominently displaying her pink. If that made any sense at all, yeah, great, because it didn't make any sense to me. But whatever, why not just have fun with the fact NXT 2.0 is messy? Kaylee Ray took on Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile decided to violently scissor Kaylee Ray. Mandy showed up to distract Kaylee Ray. And the woman formerly of NXT UK got rolled up for the win. And then the rest of Toxic Attraction with the Madness are trying to fist away the badness from Kaylee Ray. But India and Persia, they show up. We're going to get a 6-woman tag next week. And I'm done. I'm out of 0 references. Odyssey will be nursing that injury a little bit longer because he got taken out by Harlan Myers and Joe Wayne Gacy. Saray went back to find herself in Japan, found her grandma's necklace, and now is any given Japanese schoolgirl in an anime. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. Bruce must have just discovered anime. I feel like I can conquer the world. The fuck is this show? Wild Mendoza took on Malik and Inoue, who called themselves BBC. You can look up their Twitter and figure out what they meant by that, but Dusty Classic quarterfinal. It was well wrestled. Santos interferes in front of the referee, which somehow didn't cause a DQ. The referee's trying to kick him out, but he won't leave. And then Rex Steiner catches him off the apron and carries him out. And then the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. Surprise roll up 1, 2, 3. BBC gets the victory. The second most penetrating action involving BBC that I've seen on camera. Always delete your search history, folks. Solo Sikoa has burns on his face and wants to face Boa. Moving on. Dakota took on Yulissa Leon and beat her. Even though there was a nice fall-away slam bridge, that was actually pretty nice. High Kai kick, 1, 2, 3. Yay! And then Mackenzie's interviewing Raquel. Her and Cora maybe are going to go after the tag titles. Oh, Cora's going to convince her. I can fix her. Sure you can. Sure you can, Cora. I like Cora, but come on. Walter makes his entrance. And Team BBC, they're all goddamn happy after having that deep penetrating action to get the victory. And Rex tells them to win this whole thing. So next week, Solo Sikoa and Boa. Solo Saboa. Tony D versus Grimes in the contenders match. Ollie J, whoever the fuck that is. Apparently it's the person singing the entrance or the intro for NXT 2.0. And Toxic Attraction against K. Indy Sia. Sia would be, you know what, that'd be a better musical performance. Why have Poppy when you gotta have whoever the fuck Ollie J is? And if you like her, fine. I don't care. Because she's not my type of music. You like her? Great for you. Walter took on Strong. In a match that certainly exudes strong ring genital energy. I think that's how that goes. Ring genital. I believe that's it. Chops were laid in. There were some good strikes, some really good pace. Roderick Strong made it believable that he could take down Walter, but it took everything for him to even dent Walter. And eventually he was able to beat him down with cardio, even though Walter is a tremendous cardio machine as well, as Ginny knows. And he nearly got Bivens at one point, Walter did. It was like, somebody picking on a child. It was like Chris Benoit picking on Daniel. Moving hastily on from that, Walter sold his knee, got the sleeper hold on, but kept selling it, and Roderick kept chopping him down with the edge of his hand. Big superplex by Strong to a pop. Running boot for 2, but a snap bomb from Walter, 1, 2, 3. Now Walter says, the winner of this match is Gunther, and there you go. Walter is a tremendous talent, and if this is what they have for him, Vince, just sell the company. Just sell the company, you dumb son of a bitch. Whoever came up with this goddamn name, it's stupid. He's been Walter in NXT UK. He was Walter, at Survivor Series 2019. Has been Walter on NXT in the appearances he's had. Why change? Why fix what isn't broken? Why? Why the fuck would you do that? I don't fucking get it, but yeah, he's named after a U-boat Nazi captain. Just Google Gunther Starr. Just Google it. Anyway, we here at Price is Right Wrestling would like to remind you to control the pet population and neuter your Nazis and have your pets spayed or neutered as well. Goodbye, everybody.